Good morning, party people. It's Pride Month, and that Pride flag is posted up at the Hampshire Division, Northampton Probate and Family Court in Massachusetts. And I imagine, as we've seen, all the mayors, all the governors, all the, you know, high level townspeople are just all about this gay pride flag. And they're trafficking children through the family court. So this is symbolism. They're using this flag as their child trafficking symbolism. Now, you can say whatever the fuck you want about that, but you look me in my face and you tell me that the United States government is not trafficking children, and I'll call you a liar if you say that's the case. So, do I believe that the gay pride community stands for trafficking children? Absolutely not. Right? My brother's gay. He just got married. So, no, I absolutely don't think that's the case. Do I think that this flag is being used as a symbol for debauchery and doing bad things to kids? Yes, absolutely, I do. Just the same way that Black Lives Matter was propaganda bullshit. No, we called that out right away. All lives matter. Like, what are you even talking about? So it's all propaganda and it's all bullshit, and they're telling us to our face what they're doing. So you who are in the gay pride community are responsible for addressing that, right? I just called it out. Now go address it. They shouldn't be trafficking kids with your fucking flag. We're going to talk about the preponderance of evidence standard. This is specific to my court case where they have the gay pride flag posted all over the fucking courthouse. Preponderance of evidence standard is when there's more evidence against than for to prove something is, you can't say for 100% accuracy this is the case, right? But there's more evidence to say there is than not. So just going to go through number one. My son apologized inside the car at South Hadley Library when he pinched his finger in the middle console. So he hurt his finger, and his reaction was to apologize to me. He was very young, just over 2 years old, I believe, at the time. And that was a weird reaction. Why are you apologizing for hurting yourself? Number two, the mother told me to kill myself in front of the child multiple times. She told me to kill myself. Everyone would be happier if you're dead. Nobody cares what you think. You don't have an opinion. And like, I don't care what you say to me. I'm a big boy. I'm a grown up. But when you do that in front of my son, who's upset because of the way that you're acting, you are having a psychological impact on the child. December 8th, 2024, the mother assaulted me. I'm just categorizing it as assault because that's literally what it was. She pushed me from the side and behind. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't see it coming. And she has one hand and she's a woman. Like, it, both of those things are irrelevant, but why are you getting physical with me? Right. And then you take my son when we have scheduled visitation. So, oh, that reminds me, I got to add in a few more to that. Number four, restricted access to date. We haven't had an appropriate schedule, and I have seen my son for 2 hours in 2026. It's June 7th today. Denied DNA test for months, so she denied me getting the DNA test done for about 5 months after my son was born. Number six, hygiene. I've noticed that my son smells like he hasn't been bathed or cleaned properly. Someone else apparently noticed this as well and reported it to CPS. Number seven, child attempted to kiss my genitals after commenting that I have, in quote, a beautiful pee-pee and cupping my testicles. Yep. So I reported that to the police because where did he learn that behavior from? Because it wasn't from me, because we don't spend a lot of time together. So where did he learn that behavior from? Right. And then when I report it, the mother takes away some of the visitation time and keeps us apart even more after I report that. Number eight, child wanting to play under the bedspread tent, right, and kissing me on the lips as soon as we got inside. So you kind of make a tent out of the sheet. He wanted to do that, and then apparently that was the game that he learned while he's in the tent. So who's teaching him that, right? My son is not even 4 years old yet, and this happened when he was, 2.5, 3. Um, Number 9, behaving like a doggy after separating and upon arrival at February 27, 2026, supervised visit. And this was notated by the third party who was supervising the visit. So I haven't seen my son for a few months at this point, and as soon as I see him, he starts acting like a dog. That is a sign of grooming. That is concerning behavior. It is documented by a third party. So the underlying question is, why is the court going along with all this? Number 10, shoes on the wrong feet. So the mother sent me a picture. This is how stupid she is. She sends me a picture of my kid at the park because she's psychotic, right? She doesn't let me see him. She wants to send me pictures and send me notes saying that he's doing okay. Like I would ever believe a fucking word out of your mouth, you fucking insane bitch. You know what I mean at this point? Like, you're fucking nutty. Anyway, his shoes are on the wrong feet. Why are you putting my kid's shoes on the wrong feet? Number 11, there's an apartment fire and they condemned the apartment, right? So the mother, I guess her story to the court was she lit a candle on fire and essentially saved my son by bringing him out of the apartment. But she was supposed to notify the court. She didn't notify me. The only reason that I found out is because I did my due diligence to go talk to a neighbor up there, and there's a sign on the door. So she totally, tried to cover up the fact that she had an apartment fire. The apartment got condemned, and she had to leave. She had to move the residents, right? And again, the underlying theme here is, why the fuck can't I see my kid? Number 12, biased treatment of the court, mental health evaluation, father, not mother, evaluated, selected and paid for by the mother, narrow biased, egregious evaluation. Right, so I had requested that the mother have a health evaluation. That didn't go forward. It could have, I just didn't push for it at the time. Then when it comes up and the mother wants to make me have a mental health evaluation, I said, okay, why don't we have multiple evaluators to do both the mother and the father, right? And that way the court can have a well-rounded opinion and not just from one source and not just from, one side. And the court said, nope, the mother can pick the evaluator and we're just going to have you evaluated. What? How is that fair? Number 13, child slept for over 4 hours during a visit. So every single one of our visits has felt constricted and rushed because we don't have a lot of time together because the schedule's been bullshit the whole time. So the most we have is like 7.5 hours together. We don't even have a schedule anymore. But when we were seeing each other, it was like 7.5 hours at a time, max. And so my kid's here and he sleeps all day. He sleeps for over 4 hours. A nap is one thing. If you have an hour and a half, a 2.5 hour nap, okay. But sleeping for over 4 hours, he seemed like he was exhausted and stressed out. You know what I'm saying? Number 14, Westfield Police Department refusing to conduct a wellness check, take a police report, or release a police report. Because like I said, I reported these things. And, now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if I should have reported it to Newington Police. Fuck. I can ask them about that. Because Westfield Police seems corrupt as shit. They won't do a wellness check on my kid. I fucking flat out told them that the mother told me she was keeping psychedelics in the refrigerator. And they wouldn't do a wellness check on my kid. They haven't done a wellness check this year. So, number 15, extreme isolation of minor child when he's talking the most. So now he's right, because he's learning to speak. He was talking quite a bit before, but now he's talking more than ever, and we're not allowed to see each other. It very much seems like they're conditioning him and they're afraid of what he's going to say to me. That's what it seems like. Number 16, mother claims to be a witch. I'm not exaggerating or making anything up. She claims to be a witch. Right? She's of the Mohegan tribe. Number 16, rotten to the core, wicked. Right? My son is singing rotten to the core at 2.5 years old. He's watching the movie Wicked. He's quoting things from these movies, Demon Hunter shows, whatever. He shit that he should not be watching. It's inappropriate for a child his age to be watching these things. I shouldn't have to say that. Number 17, Mohegan Tribe banned me for inquiring about my son's safety and child trafficking. The mother is related to Marilyn Malerba, who is the chief of Mohegan. Marilyn Malerba is the former United States Treasurer. Number 20, all signs point to United States government aiding or covering up child trafficking.